What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neocharge on PSN, and joining me, as always, for episode number 23 is the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN. What is up, dude?
A lot of things. The sky, inflation. No, man, it's been a wild week. Seems like nonstop. Not in a bad way. Keeping busy. As with life and all other good things that whoever higher power hands out to you. Yeah, man. Just playing video games, drinking beer, and watching the world burn. What about?
Indeed, it does seem like that, doesn't it? We got some gaming news, some bad gaming news. The fucking government's shut down now. I don't know what is going on, but we're gonna touch on all the gaming stuff and the gaming news related things. So, other than that, life's been all right.
Yeah, I can't argue. I did check in. You mentioned that government shutdown. I checked in today, and I had to make sure because I've got some things tied up. And I was like, "Cool, I'm not impacted by the shutdown." Walking away, I am not
Yeah,
touching that shit. So, but yeah, man,
yeah.
enjoying some time. Enjoying some quality time with you this week as we finally got to hang out again.
Yeah, we you got tickets to one of my favorite bands, Dream Theater, and they are on their Para Insomnia tour. That's their latest album, which is just fucking awesome. And we went to the Pikes Peak Center here in beautiful Colorado Springs, and we saw them live. And holy shit, what a show! It was about 2.5 hours, and man, Dream Theater, if you don't know, is progressive rock synth metal,
Yeah,
I would
they're
say.
kind of yeah. I like to think of them as the pre. I know this is there's going to be some music person out there that's going to give me the
Oh yeah.
actually. But when I talk about progressive rock scene, like
Hmm.
be honest, Dream Theater is like the pinnacle. They're the starting point. And I know some people out there. I can hear you in the comments. Calm down. All right, I get it. But always does somebody does it first, and then somebody comes along and does it better and becomes the icon for it. All right, just remember that. I just want to keep
Yeah,
that out there.
they it was their 40th anniversary tour. So
Oh!
yeah, they've were founded in '85. I've always been a big fan of their music. So yeah, that was awesome. That's the fourth time I've seen them live, and you're first. What'd you think?
Oh, dude, I I still can't. So let me put it this way. Let me back up. A couple months back, I went and saw Metallica live. It was great. Same program that we got to see Dream Theater through. Awesome show, but it included like Pantera, obviously without some of the key members.
Hmm.
And it was good music. But you could tell they were getting there in their age. We all get older.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
as old as Dream Theater right now. Not the members, the band. Uh, and Yet when you go to see, was my concern. Yet seeing these guys live, they still have the talent. They sound amazing with vocals and all of staying in rhythm and the individual members. They all have their strong points. They all know it, and they all do it, execute it phenomenally. And even at this point, they still to this day execute it phenomenally. And I mean, if I'm going to be honest, man, I loved it, but I was really there to see Portnoy and the drummer, and did not disappoint.
Oh yeah. I loved it. Dream Theater always puts on a hell of a show. If you guys are curious about their music, their latest album is fucking awesome. It's very dark, very synth. There's some organs in there. Castlevania. Honestly, one song kind of sounds like a fucking Final Fantasy boss fight. So yeah, it's Dream Theater Para Insomnia. That was very fun. That was very fun. Um, I've been a little busy fucking around with my setup for streaming because I'm going to be streaming Metroid Database is doing a Metroid marathon this entire month. They're streaming right now as you're listening to this podcast. Probably, if you're listening to it in the evening and you listen to it shortly after we released it, I know they're streaming now as we're recording it, and we're streaming every single Metroid game from fucking original Metroid to Metroid Dread, all of them, not Federation Force. We're not going to do that to you. Don't worry. And I had to get my shit set up to be on camera, to be on mic with the Nintendo Switch, and to make it sound somewhat good from my TV in my Astros. I spent probably 6 fucking hours setting this up, but I got it set up. And I will be streaming Metroid Prime Remastered on camera, watching the comments. We're doing giveaways, and that starts this Sunday, October 5th. And I will be streaming Metroid Prime Remastered from the 5th to the 7th. So I plan to probably 100% it but maybe, dude, when you're streaming a game and you're interacting with comments and stuff, and like you're on camera, your skill level drops like 50% of any game because you're so like you're zoned in and you're focused when nothing else is around and you're just alone. But when you're trying to like watch the comments and respond to people and do the giveaway and like generate the reactions on stream or whatever, you have like things you can redeem and stuff like that. Yeah, Prime Remastered 100% will probably take me about 15 hours, I'd say. But I did do it on hard, not streaming 9 hours 100%. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm excited for that, and I've been just fucking with this setup, man, using Streamlabs. Had to buy a new capture card. I spent a good day doing it, but it's ready to go. So that's what I've been up to.
Yeah, it pays off, that hard work
Mhm.
in the long run, man. And uh, I I'll join in. You know, I'll be there to cheer along and watch you do that, because I really do think there's something to. Yeah, you've got a knack for Metroid, and I respect it. Yeah, everybody's got their little niches, their little things. And last time I saw you, what was it? Zero that you did last year? You mentioned. I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
streamed Zero Mission. Yep.
Yep, and that was a lot of fun. Uh, and you're right. It's hard to do that, like moving around and keeping an eye on contact, comments, and everything else.
Mhm.
But that's why you got help.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of fun doing it, and should be a good time. So, yeah. Well, Bob, what are we drinking? Because I have a special one for this cast.
Ooh, really?
Oh yeah, one we've mentioned, but first for an episode, audio episode.
Okay. All right. Well, uh, sorry. I went back to a. Sorry, folks.
Just so everyone knows, that was the cat on his
Yeah.
lap.
But I love him to death, but sometimes he just jumps on my lap and he's like, "Hey, you're gonna give me attention," and then,
Right.
yeah. Uh, speaking of, but yes, you know, I will say I went back to a becoming new favorite brewer around here, from Living the Dream Brewing Company here in
Mhm.
Colorado, and they have a German style Marzen called Oktoberfest. Naturally, it's German style, but this is a very good beer. It's not as good as the imported that we had a few months back, or a couple of weeks back.
Mhm.
That was straight off the old country, if you will. This is a really good, really close, and it's a great American take on a very classic German beer, to be honest.
Nice. Awesome. We're kind of in the same vein. Before I get into mine, I forgot to mention the Metroid Marathon. You can catch it on twitch.tv/Metroid Database or Metroid Database, our YouTube channel. So their YouTube channel, technically. I'm part of the streaming, but not part of Metroid Database. I'm kind of an affiliate and we've partnered with them. But yeah, that's all on Metroid Database. I am also drinking a German beer, and it is straight from fucking Germany. It is a imported Oktoberfest. Uh, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the places, but it's from Germany. I can't. Yeah, I don't read
Let me let
German.
me, let me see that.
Huh? Okay, I'll let you
Let
see
me
it. But it is a Marzen, basically an
Yep.
Oktoberfest imported from Munich, Germany, and a brew of Bavarian kings. It is delicious, and I wanted to kick off October the best way with a Oktoberfest. So I love October. It's probably my second favorite month of the year. June being the first because there's so many announcements in June. But October, man, fall in Colorado is just gorgeous. And yeah, some of September is fall, but October is when you're really in the thick of it. Fall, and boy, fall has the best beers.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm a November uh month time of guy, so next month is my
Hmm.
jam.
Nice.
For various reasons, which we don't need to go into in this podcast because we don't need to make everybody depressio. But I will say
Okay.
October is when it starts to get cool, and when it gets colder, I love that because I don't know if you saw the weather here in Colorado Springs, but through the end of this week, it's going to be warm, and then it fucking drops into the 60s next week, starting Saturday.
I'm not a fan of the cold. I can deal with hoodie weather and like anything, I don't know, 55 and up, but once it gets down into the 40s, I'm not a big fan of it.
Oh, I survived there, man. I love it.
Mm-mm. Yeah. I like hoodie weather for sure, but when it's super cold, and it especially do when it gets real cold and the wind hurts your face and shit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that cold weather. I like the brisk weather. I like it, the perfect temperature is like 70 degrees,
Mhm.
in my opinion. But then like anywhere between 70 and 55 is fine, but below that, I'm not a fan of the cold.
It's fair. Yeah. See, I know I've accepted a long time ago. I'm the exception to the rule. My parents are starting to look at doing what's like that they call it snowbirding, where they kind of move around the country
Oh yeah,
based on the temperature. Um, and I've always accepted I'm the opposite. I'm gonna
gotcha.
would that call me a summer bird? When I don't know.
Huh. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Yeah. But yeah, fall's the best time in Colorado, honestly. It's not too hot, not too cold. I love the hoodie weather. I love hoodies. I got a lot of them. Just got a new one. I actually got two new ones. I got a Hollow Knight, one, a black one with the ghost on the back, and then I got a Tron Ares hoodie, which is I'm excited for.
Ooh, yeah, because I know you do your Tron thing. You're a huge Tron fan. Those are the words I was looking for, folks.
I am. I'm a big fan of Tron. Going to be watching Tron Legacy soon in 4K. It recently got re-released in 4K. Been waiting for it forever. And then, of course, Tron Ares comes out in theaters October 10th. I'm going to an early showing October 9th. I'm going to go see it October 10th, and then I'm also going to go see it in the Dolby Theater. So I'm going to see it in IMAX, XD, and Dolby. And I'm going to the Dolby Theater that Sunday. So yeah, I'm a big Tron fan. I'm still cautiously optimistic of this one. It is Disney. We'll see what they do with the beloved IP. I'm cautiously optimistic, man. The track came out. It's 9 Inch Nails. Sounds fucking phenomenal. I've listened to maybe 20% of it. I don't want to spoil it too much, but what I've heard sounds awesome, and I'm still excited for it. I really fucking hope it's good.
I hope for your sake as well, man. That would be very disappointing. But
Yeah,
like you said, cautiously optimistic. It's Disney. I'm gonna leave it
yeah.
like there. I don't want to light the fire under anybody, but it's Disney.
Exactly. So yeah, moving on. Let's see. It's October 1st. It's the beginning of the month. It's time for State of the Draft. A lot of stuff has released. We're getting down to the wire here with what's going on the draft, and there's been some new pickups. There's been some new scores coming out. Let's see. Let me go here. There's not really a good list view of the games that have come out. What came out in October?
You mean September,
Upstate
but yeah.
or September. Yeah,
Yeah,
around September,
it's
so
really hard. It's really hard to do. Well, you know what? Tell you what. You look up and while you're at it, I'll give a current uh, standings overview.
let's do that.
Um, so, as of right now, the day you're hearing this or the day we've recorded, um, the in last I don't want to say last place. It just sounds so mean, but final place right now, Mystic.
Final place.
Yep. Sorry, Mystic. Sorry, bud. Uh, who came out the draft strong and was able to get first pickup of Grand Theft Auto 6 that got delayed. I'm sorry. He's sitting at 68 points. Right above that, we are sitting at Underdog Gaming, aka Solo. Uh, Sitting at 82 points, but he is locked in. Was
He is.
out of money. He doesn't have anything else, so those are his points for the rest of the year. And I should have clarified. Mystic's got three games still coming out.
3 open slots, yep, good
Three,
one still.
three open slots, very good ones. And then followed by that is yours truly here at the Managed Democracy Embassy. I've still got two slots left, two open positions that are coming out at
You do.
113 points, and then we move down to next to Stats and Plats, Mr. Admiral Merps himself. He has three open slots left and is at 131 points, folks, kicking ass.
Yeah.
And we are down to you, sir. Final Nova. You have technically you've got three slots open, and you're at 146 points. There's some shakeup, folks. There's been some moving around, some
Mhm.
pickups, some drops, and some things that are not coming out. So definitely go ahead and take it away. What do we get in September there?
Sure. We'll just, hit on the notable ones, right? We got Hell Is Us that kind of bombed, but no one picked it up. So no, sorry, that was Lost Soul Side. Hell Is Us was really good. It got in the 80s. I had it. I dropped it. I picked up Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, which got me an automatic 0 because it said it's not coming out. I said, fuck you. Yes, it is. And it still hasn't been announced. So I technically only have two slots, and I did drop Hell Is Us for that. Hollow Knight
Wah,
Silk
wah,
Song.
wah.
Hollow Knight Silk Song. I know. Uh, Banger of a game. It's in our game of the year talk in the categories. I loved it. It was my first or my third year drafting it, and it finally came out. Got a 92, netting me 23 points. Borderlands 4 did pretty well. It is lowering a little bit though. That was
Mhm.
unfortunately your counter pick. You have negative 13 on that one, and then Solo that actually put him above Mystic, and he got 13 points for that. Chronos: The New Dawn, that is a really good game I've heard, but didn't score very well, and you picked that up, right? How many points did that get you?
Got me a whopping 8 points.
Damn.
Damn, which is so sad because it came in at mid 80s when it first came out the gate.
Right. But two pickups, actually one very early pickup for you and another pickup, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evil East Chronicles, and Silent Hill F. Boy, oh boy. You banked the points on that one. Well done.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to say I brought Evil East Chronicles into this universe. Even if it's not objectively true, it is in my mind.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I am a little weary of picking up Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. I am still hopeful. I'm kind of there's some blind hope there, but I'm still hopeful of it. We might get a Metroid Direct. We got a fucking Kirby Air Riders specific Direct for God's sakes. Can we get a Metroid one maybe? Like, I mean, Metroid's a core IP of Nintendo, and maybe announce the trilogy. I don't know. I'm kind of I'm sweating a little bit because I think Admiral Merps might have got me this year because I was a little sloppy with dropping Hell's Us and picking up Metroid Prime Trilogy. But we'll see. We're getting down to the wire. This will be. We only have 3 updates after this, so I
Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in your defense, I get it. Yeah. I I'm just saying, man. I totally understand. I would be right there with you. I
Hmm.
dropped some really probably solid points on the table because
Hmm.
I wanted to make some gambles, and I ended up getting 0 fucking points from Shadow Labyrinth, and then I ended up getting 6 from Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, both which look like they were really good games. So if I had made some adjustments, we might be back in this, but I get it.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see how the end of the year shapes up. Technically, we only have 2 updates because the last game that drops is going to be Octopath Traveler 0,
Mm-hmm.
um, December 4th. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, technically 9 more games to release because Ghosts of Yotei is already sitting at a 87. So that's going to net Mystic 17 points. That'll put him back up above Solo. And unfortunately, Solo is stuck and he will be last place this year. Um, that's okay. We live and we learn. So,
Yep.
uh, yeah, man, this is dude, the draft is so fun. I like going over it. We're actually going to have a special episode where we have everyone on the show, maybe a new face to the draft next year, who knows. And we're going to draft our games on video and make a podcast out of it. So, on video for us, maybe audio only for you. But who knows? We might get video in there. We're working on that. We've been working on it. Process for sure. So yeah, that's the state of the draft. You can follow it if you go on our Discord and fantasy draft. It's right there. You can follow it live. And maybe next year you can do a little mock-up draft of whatever you want to draft and see how you do. That'd be fun. But yeah, this is fun. It's all there's nothing at stake. Might put something on the line next year to make it a little interesting. Maybe pool everyone pulls in I don't know, a couple bucks or something, PSN gift card, who knows? Put some stakes on it. But yeah, it's all just for fun, fake money, and it's basically just like an NFL draft, except not for sports, for video games. So it's my 3rd year doing it. Your 1st year doing it, and it's fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a silly mind game, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they're trying to uh, figure out where the bid, when you're figuring out the timing on when bids are going to be processed every week, and
Mm-hmm.
then figuring out, okay, hey, not only do I know this is a popular game, do I avoid it and go for something else, or do you do like I did this year and just call something out of the blue early on and then hope it hits? It's a lot of fun. I love it.
Yep. Yep. I actually did that for Astrobot last year. I picked it up in spring. It released in fall, and I picked it up when it was called Astrobot or Playroom sequel. So I knew something was coming with the Pro. So you know, and it ended up being our game of the year. Still didn't fucking win though. So, I didn't win the draft. It won the game of the year, but I didn't win the draft that year. I got second. So. Oh well. Yeah, speaking of Discord, if you're not part of the Discord community, come join us. It's fun. We're having a lot of good conversations there. You can ask questions for the cast. We have all kinds of channels. And where can people join this Discord, Bob?
Yeah, just open up your little browser and go to shapesofgaming.com. That'll take you to the that directs you, should I say, to our landing page with all of the links for all of the socials where and places where you can listen to us and not watch us yet. That is inbound. But you also will get access to our Twitch link, which come check us out at twitch.tv/shapesofgaming. If you don't remember the shapesofgaming.com for some reason. We stream occasionally. Almost, it's becoming a lot more frequently now.
We've been
It's
streaming a lot.
yeah, it's chaotic. We don't I'll be happy to answer questions. I'm looking at setting up some special ones, maybe doing something a little bit more with retro games or something like you and I really know or something. We'll figure that out and have some fun with the community, but we'll do that as more of a formal setup. We're not set on a specific schedule, so don't ask. But definitely come check us out, shapesofgaming.com. Go check out those socials. Leave us good comments, like, subscribe, or depending on whatever that platform looks like, its version, and come join the conversation.
We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it is. And we've been, posting some posts, and yeah, follow us and get all the gaming chicanery. And the Discord is where you can have a conversation around gaming, because that's what this podcast is all about. Speaking of Twitch, what do you say we touch lightly on what we've been playing before we get into this fuckload of news we have? Because Jesus, we have so much news.
Oh, we do. But time
Yeah.
out, buddy. I thought you were going to touch on it. We
What?
have something better. Speaking of the Discord, and we have a little segment where you can ask your questions.
Oh yeah. You
Um,
want to save that for the end of the show, or we can
we had it out
address
right
it
out the
now?
gate. Why not?
All right, let's do it. We did get a question. He wrote in Altier 23. He said, "What is your go-to pre and post gaming snack?" Now, I had a follow-up question on this that I asked him on Discord, because we're pretty active on there and we interact with everyone. I said, pre and post, or during, or both, and he said all of the above. So this question, Bob, is what are your go-to snacks when you're gaming, before, during, and after? What do you like to eat? And beer,
Mm,
I don't know. Should we consider beer a snack? Because
it has calories. And
true.
in fact, it's part of that routine, man. Um, I am a fan of. So when it comes to pre-snacks, I like to get something quick and easy. A lot of times when I'm doing gaming, it's I just got done either making dinner for the family, or it's one of those nights where I've been going crazy and I just need to throw something in my stomach. I am a huge fan of peanut butter and honey sandwiches, or if you put it in between a tortilla, um, it's amazing. I
Tortilla.
love it. Yeah, I love it. It's great because you get a little bit of that. I mean, depending on the peanut butter, it's going to be high sugar, but you'll get a lot of natural sweetness out of the honey. You get that protein and all the creaminess that comes with the peanut butter. I like crunchy, anyways. Don't judge. Uh, and then, of course, during gaming, we drink beer. That's a
Oh yeah,
snack. It's got calories. But the catch is I don't like getting things on my controller. And you know what I found works there, buddy?
chopsticks.
Cho
I
that's
have done
awesome.
that.
I don't blame you. I go to the grocery store and I will get those, peanut butter filled pretzel bites.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They do not leave a bunch of crumbs on the carpet or on the couch. They don't grease up your fingers, so you can just toss one in. Just be mindful, folks, when you do that kind of stuff. If you're playing online, and I hear crunch,
Yep.
crunch, 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 I want to reach through the microphone. So mute
Have
yourself. It's common courtesy.
Yep. Have good mic etiquette there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then post. I don't know if I really have a post one. I know I drink a lot, drink water afterwards, but that's because usually I'm drinking beer during a gaming session. And you and stay hydrated, folks. It's healthy. It's good
Oh yeah.
for you.
Yep. Uh, I'm pretty much the same way. I usually game after dinner, so my pre-gaming food is my dinner. Uh, and during gaming, though, like you said, I am very particular about, even I won't even do the pretzel bites, because there's like a little oil on them, and I don't want to get it on my fucking controller. So what I will do is I'll either eat straight out of the bag, or I'll put it in like a thin plastic cup that you can like squeeze to just pour in your mouth. I will usually do cashews, almonds, um, pretzels. I do like the Dots pretzels, especially.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. The just the original. That seasoning is like crack. I don't know what they put on it. I'm a big fan of like bar snack mix, so like the pretzels and the nuts and the little I don't know, rice cracker things that are in there. But yeah, I like some dark chocolate stuff too while I'm gaming, and of course I usually have a beer. Or dude, I fill up my like 48-ounce water bottle, and I have that with me. I usually like tank that the whole night, because hydration is important for sure, especially if you're drinking beer. You gotta balance that. But yeah, it's mostly like nuts and pretzels, and no greasy chips ever. No, I'm not fucking eating Cheetos. I'm not fucking eating any pizza. There's no pizza being eaten while we're gaming. Okay, that's super greasy. I've gotten to the point where if I like had a bag of like salt and vinegar chips, I'm a big salt and vinegar chip fan. If I really have a
Oh
hankering
yeah.
when I'm gaming, I will fucking eat it with chopsticks while I'm gaming. I will, because I'm not getting that grease on the controllers. Okay, listen, grease on the controllers, it makes your fingers slip when you're on the sticks. Okay, it feels nasty. It can make your gaming experience not great. And it makes your fingers like slip on the face buttons too. So don't get your controllers greasy. Don't eat fucking greasy pizza while you're handling your controller. Don't eat your fucking dinner while you're handling your controller. Eat your dinner, go wash your hands with a degreasing soap, okay? Or this is what I do. I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah, he
You
is.
do whatever the fuck you want, but just respect your technology. The controller is the extension of the game you're playing, and it should be in good working condition without, dude, people like will send me images of like controllers with just fucking Cheeto dust and grease on them. It legitimately, like, that is I don't know if it's a phobia or something, but I'm like, oh, it's like
No,
worse than, yeah, like it's like worse than seeing blood for me.
no,
Like I'm like, oh,
it's not it's not a phobia. I'm gonna get on I'm gonna get on this platform. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I can. Look, there are understand, folks. There are some things in life that you cannot control. Do I get around? Do I have the time to dust my bookshelves or my gaming shelves with all my memorabilia every week or whatever? Right? No. I am a full time employee at a job. I work 50 hours a week because I love my job. I do this podcast because I love my video games. I play my games. I take care of my family. I take care of the zoo of pets that I have here. But I also know that it's also common courtesy to stay sanitized, drink your water, bathe, and wash your ass. Take
And your
care of
legs,
yourself and your legs. Yeah. Yes. Don't even get me started on that. But yeah,
wash your legs.
take the things you can control, like washing your hands or, putting your dishes in the freaking dishwasher and take control of that. Anything else, let life go by. But if you hand me something that you touch every single day, or at least more often than not, like your phone or your gaming controller or whatever, if I gotta get, because we work IT, if I gotta get behind your computer and there's a bunch of crumbs and all that other stuff, think about what kind of message you're sending to that individual. It's your personal space, your personal bubble, and what you're saying is, this is the kind of individual I am. Sorry,
Exactly.
rant over.
No, I love it. Don't be gross. Take care of your tech and wash your legs.
You know what I'm talking about then, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, back to the
Yeah.
question. Great question. Snacking and gaming goes hand in hand. I'm not eating a full meal during gaming because that's definitely a process. So it's like more like bar snacks, straight out of the bag or in a cup. And yeah, nuts, pretzels, stuff like that. And dude, pretzels and nuts go great with fucking beer.
They do. They're a classic beer food for a reason. But
Exactly.
you mentioned it earlier, and I gotta say this, man. You mentioned the chopsticks. I
Hmm.
have seen I love my kids. I've seen my oldest sit down and they'll play a game or they're watching, messing with the controller or something. They'll eat sushi, but I've taught my kids how to use chopsticks. So
Yeah,
I'm like, and I thought about it when you mentioned it. I'm like, you know what? That's actually a really good snack if you're gaming because you can just boop,
that is.
done. Um, but
That's
yeah,
true.
great question, Altair. That I love that. Keep them coming, folks. If you got anything, I don't know, more grounded. If you've got the wacky ones, we've answered them all, and I'm an open book, folks.
Yeah, thanks for writing in. Great question. Altier 23. And thank you for managing our social media. You're doing a great job and we appreciate it and everyone appreciates it. So appreciate you. Yeah. Man, let's get in. Do we want to talk about what we're playing a little bit? We're playing the same game. We've been streaming it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's
Borderlands
get into
4.
it.
I fucking love this game. It's so good. It's getting better with performance. It is. They are fixing stuff actively. I mean, some of the patch notes leaked. We're not going to get into it because it's not official, but there are more things coming. They have been really working behind the scenes to try and get this working as best as they can. We've run into so much shit. Like last night, I got real pissed because you've had this happen before. Your entire skill tree just resets when you level up. That's cool. That's a great fucking feature, Randy. Thank you.
Yeah, only in multiplayer I've noticed that happens, which is really frustrating. And your results may vary on this for anybody that knows what I'm talking about. You may or may not be able to adjust capstones and augments, which is really frustrating. Plus, the I put points into things because I think it sounds cool, and then I go, shit, which point? Where did I put those skill points when they resets? Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, we've been streaming it. You may hear another couple extra voices, some guests on there. My
Mhm.
wife is joining in because she's a huge she likes Borderlands. She's not a huge gamer, but Borderlands and it's so weird. She plays like Animal Crossing and Puzzle Quest and other little comfort games, but then she plays Borderlands with me.
Mhm.
Just loves going, hey dad, look, I got you loot, and here's some random stuff. um and speaking of, Randy, if this happens again, I'm gonna personally come hunt you down, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do anything violent, except I'm gonna kick you in the fucking nuts.
Give you a
Matt,
good talking to.
give you a good, yeah, tongue lashing. Ooh, no,
Oh.
oh, Matt. So, for context, folks, Matt, he gets excited last night because we hear the ding, and what I mean by that, when you hear the ding, it's because a legendary item popped out of a chest or a bad guy or whatever it is, and it's a very
Yes.
distinct sound, and he gets excited, and he's like, "Yay!" And then it gets really. I hear the deflated voice. Well, it's a class mod for you, Bob. I guess here you go. Tosses it out on the floor. I go to look at it because you can hover over these items and you can get a preview so you kind of know whether you're going to equip it or junk it or whatever
Mhm.
that may look like. I look at it and then I watch as my wife's pet from her class walks over the item and then it falls through the fucking floor and despawns.
It's not funny, but oh my god. Like why? Why, dude? I
Yeah.
saw it. Recorded it. I recorded the recent video and I saw it disappear right before your eyes and you're like, "Where the fuck did it go?"
Everybody's checking their like backpacks. We're
Right.
checking lost loot, trying to figure out where this thing went, and it just despawned, no longer
Right.
there.
And we're talking a rare drop. Not only so there's four tiers of rarity, technically five. We don't have the fifth one yet, but it's coming. There's common, uncommon, epic, and legendary, right? And then pearlescent, which is later, which they said they're releasing. But legendary is like a less than 1% drop, and then there's the percentage of getting your class's class mod, and then there's also the percentage of it being in your fucking skill tree you're using because you have three skill trees. You have red, blue, and green. And depending on what you're using, that class mod is going to enhance the skills of that specific tree. So we're talking like four percentages deep of like a very, very rare item. And it was a really good one, and it just fucking disappeared, man. We're talking like a 0.05% chance to get that.
And on top of that, every item is randomly generated with a
Right.
stat. And this one I saw looked like I saw something on it. I was reading that I was like, oh shit, I could use this, and then it
Mm,
despawns. So
yeah.
it's a little frustrating. But hey, like I think you put it best last night, man, when we were playing. And anybody that listens to the stream knows what I'm talking about. This game, if it was any other game that was this broken,
Mhm.
there's no way in hell I would be playing this. But because it is underneath the hood, it is fundamentally a great game. You kind of oversee the flaws. I'm still not set on where this lands in the Borderlands world, but this is in that Borderland, or like right behind Borderlands 2, next to Borderlands the pre-sequel, which I love, by the way. Don't
Mhm.
judge me. It's
Me
in that
too.
realm. It's in that realm of the top top of the pack. And I think with over time in the next couple of months, if you come back to it, this is going to be a solid game with great DLC. We saw one of the new Vault Hunters as a teaser trailer,
Mhm.
and it's got me wanting to come back and play him. So absolutely, Borderlands 4, man. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I love this game. It's got great callbacks. The writing sometimes misses, which is okay, but when it hits, it's hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. And
Uh,
yeah, I was saying last night, if this game was any like gameplay is king, right? And this is a testament to that. Like this game is fundamentally broken a little. It is playable, but my god, you run into a lot of issues. And to be able to overlook those pretty, I would say, minor performance issues and minor bugs, uh, because the gameplay is so good in that loop and with your friends, and just the fundamental game is fun. You can overlook the performance. So that's just a testament. Gameplay is king. If a game is not fun to play and performs beautifully, or a game is very fun to play and performs horribly, uh, you'll probably pick the one that performs horribly but is fun to play. But I mean, hey, can't we have it all? Can't we have a working game on launch that's very fun to play? Like they have a gym here, and they've hit it out of the park with the quality of life stuff, the gameplay, but it needed some more time in the oven. And I there is more patches coming, and they are working on it, which we're very appreciative of. But come on, guys, don't release a broken game.
yeah, absolutely, man. You know, um, I don't know if we have anything else to say for Borderlands 4, but I think this
I
is a
do.
good okay, go ahead, because if not,
I wanted.
I got one other thing to talk about.
I do want to talk about my class. I'm playing as Vex. She is an awesome mage class. Your typical siren class. I respect a little bit last night. You
Ooh.
typically I do not respec in games. I go down the path and I say, okay, I'm pretty familiar with this. The other trees are not, not much more different, and I can't really like juice more technical skill out of this character. But man, Borderlands is different because I went down a completely different path. Not a different action skill. I'm still in the green tree, right? I think it's called Vexcalation, which is an awesome name. Uh, but I went out of the radiation stuff, and I'm into more of the survivability, vampire stuff. And I think that's going to help a ton for the survivability, because Vex is a little squishy. She'll go down pretty quick. And it's just dude, it's so fun, like playing, tweaking your build, getting all the guns. And like every fucking 15 seconds I'll hear Bob, he'll be like, oh, this has a Torg licensed rocket barrel on a fucking Ripper elemental gun. And I'm like, oh. And dude, it's just so fun. There's a bajillion combinations of guns you can get. And I mean, Jesus, you're getting a new gun every second, honestly. Like, or every 15 seconds, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. This is and I've played this for the record. I've played this game split screen with my wife. I've played this
Mm-hmm.
game solo by myself for a couple hours. I've played this online with with you and other friends of the community. And I got to say, Borderlands 4, you can play all of them just like with Borderlands 1 and 2 and things like. You can play them solo and you'll have a good time. But this game amps up when you have a full party of 4, just the chaos and then watching as I'm playing split screen with my wife, and I got you and somebody else on multiplayer online, and we're launching all of our skills, and I watch and I'm locked in at 40 frames per second, and then so much is going on at the screen at one time, it drops to like 20 frames out of the
Yeah.
middle of fucking nowhere, and I don't care because I know there's so much going on. I get it, and it's so much fun to just all of a sudden watch everything blow up. This is You're right.
It's nuts.
This game is absolute crazy. Definitely go check it out if you are concerned about performance, particularly if you're a PC gamer out there. Give it some time. It eventually will go on sale. And there's new DLC inbound, and they are updating and patching this game constantly. So yeah, man, I love this game. I fucking love this game.
Yep. They're fixing stuff. We're gonna get a decently running game soon, and I am very excited for the DLC because from their history, Borderlands DLC is usually very on point. Very rarely am I excited for DLC for games, but Borderlands is an exception. 1, 2, and 3 had incredible DLC. We don't talk about Wonderlands DLC. It was trash and not good and a lot of reused content. But it's not a Borderlands game. So I didn't blind buy the DLC this time. So I'm waiting and I'm watching. But that new character they just released, Cash, it's like a robot fucking Grim Reaper bounty hunter cowboy.
That's the best way to put it.
Right? Works for the Jacobs company. He seems really cool. And you get, so with this DLC usually, and they said this is the same case, but we'll see. We'll see. There's 4 of them, and you get in 2 of them you get a new bounty hunter, a new story mission, full story mission, new levels, new areas, new enemies, new guns, new cosmetics. That's how you do DLC. Give us new shit. Don't recycle it. Don't put us through a little gauntlet of cycling enemies, which Wonderlands did. And that's how you do DLC.
Absolutely, and I do. Yeah, you just reminded me. I got to put this out there. I know it might be cursing us, caster cursing, for those that might know what I mean there. But as much as Randy Pitchford can be a very abrasive online, I have to give him his flowers in this case. He has led a team that consistently provides a very fun game, and the best part about this, and you hit it, is the DLC. You look forward to the DLC. It is very rare that they simply do not provide a good DLC package that's worth its money. When this is a type of game, you could easily Destiny-fy, so to speak, and make
Mm-hmm.
it true live service
Mm-hmm.
and say for $10 a month you can get all of this and all of the. Don't do that. Please don't do that, Gearbox. Randy, I know you're never listening to me talk, but please don't ever do that. All right. This is how you do DLC. This is how you do gaming and then give people more. I love it. Uh, Keep it up.
Yeah, I 100% agree. They could definitely go the Destiny route. The most more to clarify, Destiny First Light route. So Destiny First Light became free to play. They put a fucking battle pass in there. They destroyed Destiny. And I actually got into Destiny because of Borderlands, because Destiny took a lot from Borderlands, but then Borderlands 4 took a lot from Destiny, which love it, circle of life. But Borderlands 4, and I was concerned about this with Borderlands 3. They didn't do any of that. They gave us a full game with there is a season pass and there's DLC and there's cosmetics, but there's no like in-game store from what I've seen, right? You can't like go in and buy cosmetics and anything like that. So shout out to the team for that, for sure, for keeping it tight, for keeping it a uh, very few or if none microtransaction experience and just focusing on the gameplay. Now you got the gameplay down, you got the game out. Now focus on the performance, get it running beautifully, and we'll have an amazing game on our hands. So yeah, we're having fun. After this, we're probably going to play Borderlands 4 and stream it for you all. So
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a moment, and I got one other game I want to talk about for the community here.
let's do it.
So this I didn't even realize existed until I was listening to one of my favorite gaming podcasts that I listen to on the side. Um, and as soon as I heard about it, I immediately paused the episode I was listening to, went to the PlayStation Store, and I immediately purchased this. And this is for the record, it's $12 if you have a PlayStation Plus subscription. If not, it's 15. And I'm talking about a remaster of the 505 games published, and game called Puzzle Quest, the Immortal Edition. This is a match 3 style game, a la uh, you pick your match 3 games from back in the early aughts, right? Except this one has a bit of a twist on it. You accept quests. It's got a fantasy twist. You accept quests. When you fire up the game, you pick a class, and then you earn experience and gold, and you can use the gold to buy items or recruit mounts and all kinds of cool stuff, and it impacts the board. And this is not match as many as you can within and get a certain score. You are doing battle against these creatures, these other entities, whatever it is, and you are matching, and then you'll eventually get the ability to do damage through skulls or skills that you unlock as you level up. And that's the idea: is you're doing fantasy, think like D&D style combat, but through a match 3 system, and you can get things like 4 of a kind, or you get other little cool stuff that's there. This is a very great Portal game for those of you that are on a remote play or a PSP portal, PlayStation Portal. I love it. This was a game that I played with my wife. This was probably 20 years ago now at this point, Matt. Maybe maybe a little bit more. And we'd sit there and we'd drink, a bunch of whatever your beverages or alcoholic beverages are, and we'd play Puzzle Quest for time for $15. If you want a really chill, I'm playing a game while watching a stream or something like that, this might interest you, and this is why I bring it up, because it is very cheap. You can get 40 to 60 hours out of this game, on average, at least in my experiences. And I was so happy to see that it's out there. So go check it out. Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition. It's my PlayStation Portal game. I play like 20 minutes at night when I'm laying in bed.
Very cool. I've never played it, and I don't know when
Intend
I
to.
would ever play it. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. It sounds unique and fun, and I've definitely heard good things about it. So yeah,
Yeah,
that does sound like a really good Portal game.
it really is. They made sequels, and that was where they went off the rails, because they made it like the last one was like more live service. This is more true to the core. It's a full game, and you get all kinds of so many hours of experience for $15. Check it out.
Very cool. Very cool. What do you say we get into this cacophony of news for the week?
Yeah, so here's how I was thinking. Let me know what you we were talking beforehand. I'm gonna run some news items by you folks. There are some big things going on with Xbox, but we're gonna save that all for the end. We're gonna kind of wrap up all of the Xbox news into one big package, and roll that into the uh, last end or the tail end of the Tokyo Game Show. For those that were not aware, that was this last weekend,
Mhm.
and then close it out from there. So if that's what you'd like to, I don't know. What are you thinking about that one, man?
Yeah, that sounds good. There, it is some negative news on the Xbox side. Shocker. Uh, and there's a couple pieces there. We'll start positive though. What do you say we start? Capcom had their own show at Tokyo Game Show, and they announced a lot of cool shit. You want to start there? Because Capcom's a really great developer, and they've been in a renaissance of late.
Um, well, you know what? I hadn't thought about it that way. Um, but I really like it. Because why the hell not? Tell you what, you sound like really excited. I know the first thing off the top of my head has to do with the series that's very near and dear to your heart. So for those that are might not understand, title update 3 for Monster Hunter Wilds is coming. I played a little bit of Monster Hunter. I enjoyed what I played of it, but I know this is a series that you really like. You've put what
Hmm.
fucking 500 to
Well,
700 hours across
oh
all titles.
yeah, oh yeah, across the IP for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was definitely in the Capcom showcase. There's 6 items. I can just go through them
Go
in
ahead.
order. I can touch on them. They showed a game that I've actually been wanting to see more of, and what we saw was I was impressed, and I think it's going to be good. Pragmata. We saw more gameplay of that. They went into more of the upgrade system. They went into more of the combat. Did you get to see this gameplay?
I had opportunities, and I personally avoided it because
Gotcha. Yep.
at this point, I've seen what I need to see. I think I have an understanding of the game, and anything else is kind of going to be. I don't want to soil the experience. There are some games I will really dive into. I hunted. I'll hunt all the different videos and the previews and everything else. But this is one where that and Resident Evil. I just look at it
Oh, yeah.
and I turn off the browser. I'm done.
Oh,
Like I don't need to see anything else.
RE9 is I'm that way for RE9. Pragmata new IP. It's been delayed quite a few times. It was originally announced like 5 years ago. So I have my eye on it still, and I wanted to see more. What I saw, I still think I need to see more. I think I need to see it running a little better. From what I saw, it was running a little choppy, and I want to see if they can clean that up. They've had a lot of time on it, but I think I do need to just see a little bit more of this game to see if I'm interested. It has my curiosity, and it's on my list. But is it going to be a day one buy for me? I don't know. From what I saw, really cool. The combat's very unique. If you want to check it out, Pragmata, the new gameplay is really cool. I'll let you take this one. This is they announced the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't remember if they gave us an exact date, but this has come out 2026, as far as I know. This is the Star Force Legacy Collection is a I don't want to say an offshoot, but it's a continuation of the Mega Man Battle Network series. The Battle Network series had its story kind of wrap up, and then they moved on, but they weren't done with the concept, so they created the Star Force series. This is more the way I can describe it, folks, is it is a card collecting uh, three battle game, right? Like it's a 9x9 square or 3x3, so full 9 squares on each side for two different folks, and it's random battles. It's kind of like a cross, and this is very generic, but it's kind of like a cross of Mega Man and Pokemon. Uh, it is a lot of I want to say futuristic the view, and I know you're like, hey, it's Mega Man, Bob, but this is more focused on networks and the internet and things like that, right? These three I didn't play, or not these three, but the series I didn't play as much because they came out later. The first one I think came out in 2006. But this is it includes Mega Man Star Force, which they include just like Pokemon, three different editions. There's the Pegasus, Leo, and the Dragon edition. Dragon is king, in my opinion. Star Force 2, which has two different editions. And then there's Star Force 3, which is the Black Ace and Red Joker, two more editions. Uh, dude, this is another I'll buy it. This is another I'm gonna buy it sight unseen. My only concern is I might do like I did with the Mega Man Legacy Battle Network collection and accidentally buy two different versions because I get so excited. Um, this is a and something that people have pointed out online, and I caught immediately for those of us that are Mega Man fans is if you've been paying attention, Capcom has been coming back with their collections. We have gotten the Mega Man Legacy Collection, the old, 4x4, 8-bit era. And then we started getting the X series. Then we got the Battle Network series. Now we're getting the Star Force series. There's only one other logical place that they can continue if they do these collections, and I will scream like a little girl when we saw just like when we saw Evil East Chronicles, and that's the Mega Man sorry, the RPG series. Um the if I get to see those,
Hmm.
the Tron Bond and Legacy, that's it. If we get to see those, which would be 1, 2 Legends, which is going to be Legends 1, Legends 2, and Tron Bond, I'll be so happy because go look online for Mega Man Legends 1, 2, and then Tron Bond. You're going to pay an arm and a leg, folks. So
Hmm.
that's the next logical step. But yeah, this is definitely a day one buy. I don't need to see anything else. I'm going to purchase it and then I'm going to go enjoy it because these are great Portal games.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know you're a huge Mega Man fan. I'm probably not gonna buy it. I'm waiting for the next Mega Man game. Loved 11. Can't wait for 12. That's where I'm at. So, uh, yeah, I'm happy for you though. I'm glad these are coming out, and I hope the next one comes out for you as well.
Oh,
We
please.
got for sure. We got to we'll do a reacts video on it, and you'll see Bob go crazy. Um, we got some Street Fighter news. I'm not really into Street Fighter. We're getting Viper, the second additional character for the year 3 of Street Fighter 6. Cool. If you're excited for that, awesome. You're getting a new character. Uh, Onimusha, pretty good. It looks a little rough though. The frame rate was interesting. Even on the YouTube video, it's a little interesting. So we'll see how it performs when it releases on consoles. That's coming out 2026. But man, this looks cool. The setting is pretty familiar. Feudal Japan. But Onimusha is a very beloved series by a lot of people. It's one of Capcom's uh, big IPs. So I'm very excited to see a new game, and I definitely might check this one out for sure. What are your thoughts, Bob?
Yeah, I think. So I have the best way to put this, man, is you said it. Feudal Japan, right?
Mhm.
Swordplay, samurai, feudal Japan. I don't want to say it's genre fatigue, but we've been there. We've done this, right? So I'm curious to see how Capcom can make this fresh, because
Mhm.
if there is one series that still has my two series, should I say, that would have my attention. One gets released is releasing as of you folks hearing this, and that's going to be Ghost of the Ghost series, Ghost of Yote, and then Onimusha. And I know we've got Ninja Gaiden and the 3D version coming out and all of that, but these are two because they're very dark, very gritty. They're very grounded in a lot of regards. I agree with you. I'm curious to see what the performance looks like. I don't know if they announced what engine it's on, but my guess it's probably everybody's favorite UE5.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
we'll see.
it's a wait and see, but it is
Mhm.
definitely on my radar for next year. They didn't give us a release date yet, did they?
No, it's still coming out in 2026, but they're showing more of it, and I always appreciate when they show gameplay. They announced the free title update 3 for Monster Hunter, like you were talking about. It's Final Fantasy centric. I haven't got around to playing it. It came out like 3 days ago. I know some listeners of the show have played it, and I've heard good things. You get the Omega weapon from Final Fantasy 14. You get some cosmetics. It's totally free, but they did touch on the title update 4 coming out end of the year, and we're getting a new monster. I don't know if I want to spoil it or not, but it's a big one, and they teased it, and I think it's gonna be a raid one, like a big one. So if you're interested in that and interested in hearing what the new monster is, there's a video out. He looks awesome, and I'm very excited for it. So then there's the Halloween event coming up. That's going to be cool, and some more arch or I think arch tempered monsters. We got Ray Dow. We're getting Uthuna. We got Uthuna. Now we're getting new Udra. All the apex monsters of the regions. So a lot of cool free stuff coming out for Monster Hunter. I platinumed it. I really want to go back to play this content, but the content keeps coming out. And I'm of the mind like, well, I'll just wait for the next big event because we had the spring event, the Blossom Festival, and I think I'm going to wait for the fall event. It's very Halloween centric and like a spooky event. So I might wait for that event to play all of this because I know we got 2 new monsters and it just keeps stacking up, and I want to like get back to it to have a lot of stuff to play. And also, when, right? I still haven't 100%ed Silk Song. Uh, we still haven't beat Borderlands. I at least want to get to level 50 and beat the campaign on Borderlands. From what I saw, we're 50% done with the campaign. Uh, and Ghost of fucking Yote comes out today, and I'm not ready for it. I don't even know if I'll be able to play it. And then my 3 spooky games I want to play for October on stream, on mic. I don't know if I'll have the comments enabled. I'm not sure yet, but it gets real chatty, and I just want to focus on the content and give a show for you all. But I'm going to be playing Chronos: The New Dawn, Little Nightmares 3, and then Silent Hill F. I'm going to try and squeeze those 3 games in after I finish Borderlands and Silksong. And then I might get to Ghost of Yote in November. I don't know. I really want to play Ghost of Yote. I'm buying it on launch, and it's probably the first time I won't be able to play a first party PlayStation title. There's too much.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, dude. So I have a thought, or I think I figured out when I'm going to play, be able to play catch up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play absolute catch up, but we are scheduled to head out in early next year, in January to go
Oh yeah.
do a nice little road trip. I have decided I'm not taking just a short window to go do this. I'm going to take an extended vacation, and I think I'm going to add a week on there. And I'm going to take an extra week of, well, PTO, if you want to call it that. And I'm going to just play the ever living shit out of games for a week straight. I'm going to be sitting there without Cheeto fingers, but I'm going to be sitting there eating snacks, drinking beer, streaming games. So definitely come look forward to that. And like you mentioned, November is looking a little weird. Like there's a couple of games in December, but I think we're going into the holiday. It's going to die out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
between the months of November through the end of January, we'll hopefully, knock on wood, finally be able to catch up because I still want to play Hell is Us.
Yeah, I still want to play Hell is Us. I still want to play Final Fantasy Tactics Evil East Chronicles. I still want to play Shinobi: The Art of Vengeance.
Just,
Like, yeah, dude, I want to play all this. And I mean, shit, but Ghosts is like top of the list, right? But I do want to play my spooky games for October. I've been dying to play fucking Chronos. It's sitting on my shelf. And yeah, I am very excited for it. And then Little Nightmares 3 comes out the 10th. I have that pre-ordered. It's already bought. I got it digital because the physical version, I don't have the physical versions of the first 2, and they didn't really make them. So it's kind of more of a digital game for me. But yeah, to wrap up this Capcom event, they closed with Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection. Never played the Monster Hunter Stories games. If you're excited for this, awesome. There's a trailer online. Uh, from what I saw, it looks really cool. I'm just into the mainline Monster Hunter titles. And yeah, that's another game I want to revisit is Monster Hunter Wilds. I want to jump back in and hunt with friends. And yeah, I'll probably wait for the fall update. I think it's end of October, either mid October. But again, that's my spooky game time. So like, yeah, I might do the same and take a week off as well. But then, like, dude, I don't know about you, but I can't really binge games anymore. I gotta break it up a little bit. I gotta go out. I gotta talk to people. Maybe go to a brewery, hang out, meet new people, and I can't like game like day after day after day after day like I used to, and it's hurting my game time, and I don't fucking care.
mm,
I don't
I
fucking care.
I think I see where you're going with that, and what I mean, and I think what maybe may not help you, but this is what I do. What I mean by I'm in a game for a week straight is I sit down and I'll play a game, and I play a game for like an hour, maybe 2 if I'm really getting into a story beat or something like that, and then I put the controller down. I get up, I go take a walk. I take the dog for a
Mhm.
walk around to the park or to around the block. I go grab an energy drink around the corner or something like that, right? To people that can marathon, and where I'm going with this is people that can marathon game, like these 24-hour marathon sitting around. I give you props because
Mhm.
there's no way in hell I could do it. Um, take breaks, folks. Nintendo's been telling us for 40 years now. Pick up, walk around. It'll help you. I find that helps. I don't know if it's going to help you, but I definitely would recommend looking at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good for your health. There was another event in TGS that we should probably cover. I'll just go over it. There wasn't anything new announced. I mean, Square Enix had a little event and little announcements, but they were just touching on games currently out, games that are already releasing that have been announced. We got some news on Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake. They showed some gameplay from Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. We got some gameplay for the Switch version of Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. We got a special broadcast of Octopath Traveler 0. They showed some gameplay of that, which you're probably interested in. We got some Dragon Quest VII reimagined gameplay. They just showed a lot of gameplay of stuff that has already been announced. And another game they showed off that I'm really excited for that I think will be pretty good. They need to polish it a little bit, but The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. It's basically if Square Enix made a Zelda in the 2D HD engine. So that's pretty great. And I played the demo and I'm excited for that. And then some other Final Fantasy stuff. If you want to look at all the news, you can go online. But Tokyo Game Show was a good time. A lot of not a lot of new announcements. Xbox even had a showcase and they didn't announce a lot. They just kind of reaffirmed what was coming out and showed gameplay of what's stuff they've already announced. So TGS is more of a, we have a lot of games coming out. This is what they're going to look like. Here's some gameplay of it. Not a lot of new announcements. The next new announcements we're going to get is, of course, the Game Awards in early December, which we will definitely report on that. Maybe do a reacts. I don't know because I'm still on the fence about going. And by the way, life stuff, I forgot to mention the news I was waiting on for the job. It did come back and it did come back in my favor. So super excited for that. And good news. That's a big old fucking ball of anxiety and worry off my back. So I kind of told myself if this good news comes back and kind of defines my next year of my career, I think I'm going to go to the Game Awards. I'm going to fucking go.
You know what? Do what your heart desires, man. That's what I say.
Well, dude, think about it. Like what? So they always do the orchestra, the Game of the Year orchestra, and it's all of the games that are Game of the Year. What are we going to see? We're going to see fucking Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That's probably going to win it. We're going to see Ghosts of Yote. We're going to see Split Fiction. We're going to see Hollow Knight Silksong. We're going to see Death Stranding 2. Those are all games that if they Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's one that I haven't played. I really want to play, but like those are all games that I would be like, cool if any of them won. If any of them won. Silksong has a good chance, man. But I still think Clair Obscur is going to take it. And I'll probably fucking cry if it does. Just like I did during the game 75 times.
Yeah. I'm still seeing that game pop up where online when I'm going through different online posts and forums and people finally experiencing all right. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. We talked about something with a specific that I've learned this week, but I'm not even going to mention it because I don't even want to come close to spoiling Clair Obscur. If you haven't played it, go play it. I have yet to meet anybody that did not like it, and I'm talking about people who don't even play turn-based RPGs.
It is a gem of a game. I still am not announcing my game of the year, and I think I will announce it. We're going to have a special podcast episode, or maybe the regular scheduled episode of us and maybe a guest or two voting on the nominees for the Game Awards, and that'll probably be sometime in mid-November. They usually announce the nominees, and we're going to vote. We're going to write it down. And then we're going to see how close we were to the winners and how much it aligns. But yeah, my game of the year is still TBD. There are a lot of games that are high scorers and probably have a good chance of being nominated that I have played. So you will find out what my game of the year is when we cast our votes on the Game Awards voting episode. So yeah. TGS was cool. And we there was some stuff we needed to cover that was announced that weekend. So other than that, man, what do we have on the news?
We've
The,
got a
the
we got a
list.
whole gamut for you folks. Some bigger stuff, some newer stuff. I'm gonna pick at random, throw it out of the bucket, and we're gonna see what happens here. But
There you go. Throw it on the wall, see what sticks.
yeah, that's how I live my life. This first one came out right as you all were listening to last week's episode, so we didn't get a chance to report on this. A little bit older. Um, and it could be good news, it could be bad news, depending on your perspective. But Mr. Villain himself, Doug Bowser. I say villain because hey, it's Bowser, right?
Yeah.
Is announced he is retiring from Nintendo of America at the end of this year for as of December 31st of 2025, and starting January 1st. He is going to be replaced by Devin Pritchard, who joined Nintendo in 2006 and served as leader of sales, marketing, and communications division since
She's been there a while.
2021. She's been
Yeah.
there a while. I'm going to be honest. So this specific before I get into we get into comments, this is coming from Game Informer. It's all over. But as reported by Game Informer, quote, leading Nintendo of America has been the honor of a lifetime, and I'm proud of what our team has accomplished in both business results and experiences we've created for consumers, Bowser said in a press release. Now that it's time for the next generation of leadership, and Devin's track record speaks for itself. She's an exceptional leader, and her promotion is a testament to her strong performance and strategic contributions to the company's growth. I have full confidence that she will guide the company to even greater heights. And goes on further with more press releases. Yeah, man. I guess I'm gonna just kick it over to you. I'm kind of curious. I've got some thoughts, but I want to hear. We chatted a little bit on the side. How you feeling about this?
Sure. I don't think it was by choice. I think it was more of a, hey, it's time to go. And he was like, yeah, yeah. I don't know that for a fact, but from what I've seen from Nintendo, and they just announced their fiscal or their quarterly profits, and they're down. Uh, that's a big sign. They haven't. I mean, you the Switch 2 hasn't been doing great. I contemplated selling mine, and it. I don't know. I just think Nintendo is kind of in their villain arc, like I've been saying, and I think this might have been forced. I don't know what decisions he was part of. I know a lot of the decisions for Nintendo happen on the Japanese side, so I'm not too familiar with this. But as a consumer, I've seen them degrade greatly, and I've seen them honestly put profits before the gamers, and they have become very greedy. And I heard the Donkey Kong Bonanza $20 DLC was not great, a bunch of reused content. And I debated on selling my Switch because I didn't even know if Prime 4 was releasing this year. And I still don't know if Prime 4 is releasing this year. I still think it might get delayed, but who knows? Nintendo doesn't fucking care about Metroid, so they'll probably just release it. Uh, all I can speak from is a consumer perspective, and I have been disappointed with Nintendo the last year, I'd say.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think this was I think this might have been forced, and I think they might have been like, we need to change up because we're not doing too great, and we need to redo our image. So
I could see that. I came so I had to sit and think about this one for a little while because I had that initial gut reaction. And then
he was only there for 4 years too. Like
yeah,
that is very short for
it
a
is.
president.
It is very short. And then and naturally he. So first off, he had very very big shoes to fill. This
Oh yeah,
guy was following behind a legend in the industry in Reggie. Please come back.
lightning in a
And,
bottle. Lightning in a bottle. Reggie was one of the greats. Lightning in
Mhm.
a bottle for sure.
And the reason I say that because Reggie was a personality and was a very good face for the company. But ultimately, um, I'm sorry, it being the president, CEO, whatever COO, whatever title these guys get at the executive level for Nintendo of America, and you leaned on this a little bit. They get a lot of their direction from Nintendo of Japan or the overall arch. Ultimately, you're running Nintendo of America, but you do marketing. You
Right.
are a sales individual, and I don't know. I
Well, what
don't know what it looks like, but my guess is, and he's leaving now. He's kind of like the president after or he's taking
Steve
in the
Jobs?
leadership. Yeah, he's taking after Steve Jobs. Nobody remember you go into the histories, the annals of history, and it's like, oh yeah, we've read about him on Wikipedia, but what did he do? I don't know. I don't work in Nintendo of America. I just
Right.
I wish him the best. I wonder if his marketing, this was all marketing because he led from the end of the Nintendo Switch era into the Mario movie, going into film, into TV, and doing the theme parks and helping guide that. And I'm curious how that plays out because Nintendo's been doing that stuff. They've been branching out, and Miyamoto himself has been the face of a lot of that stuff. And Doug Bowser was just kind of in the background. So I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see how it works out. In the Wii era when Reggie was uh in charge, we got Wii Sports packed in with the Wii, a full ass fucking game, one of the best games for the Wii, honestly. I mean, other than Galaxy and Corruption and all the good Wii games, right? And,
Other than
but
anything
a
else
really
that was better in
yeah.
it.
Well, a good for a pack in. But what did we get for the Switch 2? We got a tech demo that was not packed in and was $10 extra. So I don't know. Just some interesting decisions on there, and we'll see how this change up works out for him. But I still don't own a Switch 2 game, and I still won't, even with Prime 4. I'm getting the Switch 1 version, and I guess I am upgrading digitally to the Switch 2 version. But the box art on the Switch 2 games that are also Switch 1s are horrendous. And I won't do it.
They oh yeah. And you want to know a little insight there, folks? I have my Switch 2. I won't have my Switch 2 here in a couple of weeks.
Yep. I didn't know if you wanted to tell people, but yeah,
Yeah, I
I
hate to say.
contemplated on selling mine, and you fucking sold yours.
Yeah, yeah. I sold it to or I'm selling it to somebody, should I say? Very close to my inner circle, and they are very excited for some of the games that are coming. And I'm not. Um, I'll see you. I'll see you next generation. Or maybe in halfway when they do the OLED
Oh,
version or whatever it is, right?
if a Zelda gets announced next year, and we'll get a teaser of Zelda, you'll buy it for Zelda the year after, maybe the 2 years after that, and then the OLED version will be out. You're right.
Maybe,
You're right, and
maybe,
I'll fucking get that one too.
maybe, because it could, for all I know, it could be another Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, build your
That's
own
true.
Zelda adventure, and I'm gonna be like, well,
Yeah,
no, I want more Zelda, not Minecraft.
give us Soulsborne Zelda, you cowards. Do it.
Oh, dude,
Do it.
imagine! Oh,
Elden Ring meets Zelda. Come on, bro.
oh, that
Yeah,
would be amazing.
think about it. Dark, gritty, in the Twilight era. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Think about it. Anyway, they'll never do it. We'll get a fucking cartoon Zelda again. I still love Breath of the Wild, and I love Tears. Tears was better than Breath. Incredible Zelda games. They were different for sure. But
Mhm,
yeah, we'll see how this change up affects them. And good luck to the next thing you do, Doug Bowser.
mhm.
And, sorry it didn't work out.
Yep. All right, so all
I
right,
took a
let's
drink. For those of you just listening, not seeing video, I took a drink of I was like, well, sorry about that. And I took a drink of beer.
uh, R.A.P. in peace. All right,
Yep.
so I'm gonna switch it up on you. I don't know if you saw this one, Matt. This one comes from Video Games Chronicle.
I see
Um,
everything.
right. During a Japanese-only discussion, Metal Gear Solid series producer Norikawa Orakama or Okarama. Sorry, folks, I don't do Japanese, and I'm from the Midwest. Has confirmed that work on the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 is continuing and promises to be worth the wait. Um, quote, it has certainly taken a while now, he says via fan translation. Since we called the first installment Volume 1, it's only natural to expect a second one, and that's what we said years ago. But we repeated several times and we're making it. We've been working on it properly while also producing Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Go play it. When the time is right, we'd like to share with you all news on it, not only its progress, but the direction going forward. End quote. So, Metal Gear Solid Volume Collection 2 is still in track, but we don't have a date yet, Matt. Um, I know I'm excited as all hell for this. I truly believe I think I know what games are coming in this, and it gets me really excited. But what do you think, Amanda? I know you've never played 5, right?
No, I have not played 5. It's on my backlog, and I really do want to play it. But yeah, we're getting. Uh, I'd say my third favorite, Metal Gear Solid 4. We're definitely getting that in this collection. Maybe Rising,
Yes,
maybe.
as well as Peace Walker.
Yep, Peace Walker too. Maybe Acid.
That would be really interesting because,
Mhm.
and I'm going to nerd out on you folks. Acid's part of one of the very few Metal Gear games that's not canon to the timeline.
Mm.
The Acid
Yeah.
series, should I say? And those are really bonkers. Do not go into those expecting a traditional Metal Gear Solid game.
Right. Yeah, it's a card game.
Yeah, they're card games.
So yeah, this excites me, but so another thing they were foreshadowing, they said, "Yeah, this is volume 1. It's likely that we're going to do a volume 2." Well, they called the Metal Gear Solid remake Delta, and Delta is Greek for 4. So inevitably we're getting the next one we're getting is Metal Gear Solid the remake. That's the one I'm super excited for, man. And then they'll do 2 and then 4 in the Delta, right? Because 5, I don't think they're gonna go to 5 because it's yeah, I mean it's like what, late PS4, so there's no reason to remake that one.
Yeah, I could see that. Or maybe they do it like Rare Replay, where it's there, but it's kind of you can also get it individually on the SKU level, or it's different SKUs kind of compiled into the same library. I'm curious. 5 is amazing. 4, they're all amazing. I
I
have
love
yet.
4.
Yes, 4 was a system seller.
Yeah, 4 was amazing. PS3 originally. So yeah, I'm excited for this collection. Anything Metal Gear Solid, new stuff. Fuck yeah. I'm in. And I'm happy. I'm happy they're working hard on it. And I really hope to God they're working hard on Metal Gear Solid remake.
Please, I'm
Maybe
sure you saw. I'm sure you saw that they asked the community what Metal Gear game they want next, and let's just say everybody was like, "What? Just go make Metal Gear Solid 1, please."
just go. You all know what we want. Carry on.
Yes. Oh, I'd be curious if they bring 4 over. Um, 4 and 5, or rather, should I say, if they bring 5 over again?
Yeah.
I'm curious how they would do not to get too not to get spoilery for you folks, but I'd be curious to see how they do the voice acting
Mhm.
because the voice actor of
True.
Snake in 5 is probably costs a lot more than David Hayter.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
but
What if they
yeah,
brought David Hayter back for 5 and gave us what we all wanted?
I
Um,
look like Randy from South Park when he's at the computer.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
what I'm curious about is when they do the remake, are they gonna do Twin Snakes or are they gonna do the original or are they gonna do a hybrid of both?
They probably hybrid, my guess.
Yeah, I hope.
Mm.
And I hope they name it Twin Snakes because you got Snake Eater, Twin Snakes, Guns of the Patriots, Sons of Liberty. They all have those subtitles. Yep.
Oh, no, no. What if they called it Metal Gear Solid Shadow Moses
Ah,
Incident?
that'd be cool too. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Gotta nerd out on Metal Gear Solid, man.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
fucking good. Go play it if you haven't.
It's my favorite. My favorite. And dude, the Snake Eater remake, amazing. I plan to revisit that as well and do my like stealth playthrough, and who knows when though. But yeah, awesome Metal Gear Solid news.
Yep. Um, all right. Well, the next one's a big one. This just broke like 2 days ago, from when we're recording this. Let's dive into it. I really this is not the Xbox stuff. Electronic Arts
Oh,
uh is being acquired by private investors. They are going from public to private. They're being acquired by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners for, and listen to it, 55 $55 billion.
With a B, folks. With a
Y-
B.
with a B.
Still
This
less
is
than what Xbox bought Call of Duty for, or Activision Bethesda.
yeah,
77 billion.
yes, sir. You are absolutely right. So this is I got mine from Game Informer. This is all over the internet. You can go look at this. But quote, our creative and passionate teams at EA have delivered extraordinary experiences for hundreds of millions of fans, built some of the world's most iconic IP, and created significant value for our business. This moment is a powerful recognition of their remarkable work, said Andrew Wilson in a press release. Looking ahead, we will continue to push the boundaries of entertainment, sports, and technology, unlocking new opportunities together with partners, and will create transformative experiences to inspire generations to come. I am more energized than ever about the future we're building because this guy just earned a fucking paycheck. Sorry, that at the end is not there, but end
All,
quote.
all I heard was get ready for layoffs.
Um, yeah, man. I am really curious how this is going to work out. I'm still kind of even 2 days later thinking about this. I brought this, and I want to give you a funny story before I kick it over to you. I was at a work lunch. I don't want to say meeting, but work lunch gathering. A bunch of us at a table today, and I kind of chuckled because I saw an image, and you probably saw it online too, that said, "Wait until the Saudis realize they bought the base version of EA and need to
Yeah,
pay for the expansions later." Um, and I
so
kind of
good.
chuckled, and my boss was sitting there, and a few other people, and I explained, and I was like, kind of joking about it, and they heard about this. This is huge groundbreaking news. We're talking
Mhm.
about a company that's being taken off of the market, going private to, and I'm not trying to get political, but to another country that deals in a very different political and cultural and religious environment. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to shake out in the long run, because I mean, but I'm not going to mince words. If you thought you did not like EA and their business practices before, wait till they're behind the Saudis. That's all I'm
Yeah.
going to say. I'm going to let you make your inferences. I'm going to let you go do your own research on this. Um, and at the end of the day, I really don't. EA doesn't make anything I care about anymore.
See, that's what I was trying to look into and determine, because I'd like to talk about this from two perspectives, right? The business perspective and the consumer perspective. I have
Mhm.
more of a insight on the consumer perspective. The business perspective, we are going to see the giants of the 90s and early 2000s of gaming fall, because they started focusing on profits and greed, and released junk and released sequel after sequel with microtransactions and loot boxes, and they were selling you a fraction of the product and asking for money for the rest of the product, and they were getting away with it. But now they're not, because people are realizing the practices are shady, they're anti-consumer, they're predatory, and I think this is kind of a blessing in disguise a little bit. People are going to lose their jobs. That's terrible. Anytime a developer or anyone loses their job, that's terrible. But for the gaming industry, I think this is where we see, and we've already started seeing it, the indies rise up. We've seen Team Cherry, we've seen Simfall Interactive, we've seen Sabotage Studios. All of the like games are becoming more and more accessible for people to make. And all these big AAA fucking greedy publishers, EA, Ubisoft, Activision, Microsoft, even PlayStation a little bit, is they are not cutting it anymore, and people are seeing through the practices, especially EA. EA tried to milk all their sports games, and every game that has come out has usually had loot boxes. They're microtransaction laden. They had some really cool initiatives like the EA Originals initiative, where we got fucking gems like Hazelight, and Hazelight being It Takes Two and Split Fiction. And those are some of the games that, I'm going to be sad to see if they'll get spun off and get bought by another company for sure, or they'll spin themselves off and create their own, or they'll just spin off and not have EA publish them because they're that big now. Um, but it's crazy to see because these were giants of video games in the 90s and early 2000s, and they are hurting because they were greedy and they followed the money and they didn't follow the art, and they took advantage of the artists and they took advantage of the players, and they're fucking reaping what they sow.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, man. It kind of makes me sad because EA
Yeah.
and I parted ways a long time ago. But you hit it on the head. EA Sports.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
See, like I don't even play sports games, and even I know about this, right?
Mhm.
And get a smile on my face. But I want to take this from like a, I want to say historical perspective from a different angle for you. Um, I think about the EA, I think about Nintendo, and I think about even gay studios that are long gone, but even ones that are still around and are giants like Bethesda, BioWare, rest in
Mhm.
RIP in peace.
Yeah.
Um, you know, the name only carries so much in a creative field, and that's why I'm curious. That's why we see the rise of these indies. And this is just my perspective, folks. Don't take this as fact, but this is why I'm seeing that is because you see these names, the people that were the working force that were behind, the creatives, the hardworking individuals that had to make the game. Like we're talking about down to the programmer level, and when those teams functioned well, they were passionate about a project and they
Mhm.
created something and they hit. And that's where indies are kind of sitting at right now. And I love this because at the end of the day, if you make a game that's looks like Final Fantasy but doesn't have to be made by Square Enix, that's okay. I'm going to check out your game, and there's a good chance I'm going to love your game. Hence, hence Sandfall. They made an amazing turn-based RPG this year that made me look at the rest of my peers who don't play our turn-based RPGs and go, "This is what I've been talking about since the mid 80s and going into the 90s and so on. This is the kind of game you can get when you have a passionate group of people."
Mhm.
So I'm a little sad, but that's okay because I also recognize that you and I are I feel like this every day. We are the minority in this field. EA and by extension, Blizzard and Activision Blizzard, sorry, and these other large groups, they make their games. They make MLB we get MLB the show. We get Madden. We get FIFA, and I understand. I don't play those games, but I also understand that as much as Claire Obscure is one of the game of the years right now, guess what? It sells a fraction of the number of units
Mhm.
and generates a fraction of the revenue, and that's okay. Go bye bye. Um,
Right.
but I did want to say, dude, if I had only thought ahead of time, I'm reading the article and then I'm just kind of a little sadness. Stockholders will receive $210 per share in cash.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yep. Missed
fuck if I'd only
opportunity.
bought in a
And the
long
stock
time ago.
market. Ugh, stock market is so volatile and unpredictable. I'm very sad for the industry too. I really am. And from a consumer gamer perspective, uh, this doesn't really affect me that much. I mean, EA published games like Split Fiction. They published games like the Dead Space remake, right? Um, but uh, I don't know how much this affects me. And will I stop buying EA games because they're backed by the Saudi government? I won't like be like, no, no, I'm not buying them. I'll take a second look for sure, and I'll be like, okay, well, do I really need this game? And like, I'm not gonna boycott them because if it's really good art and who knows what's going to happen. I'm not a fan of the change and what's happening this way, and I'm not getting political into this at all. So we'll just keep it that way. I'm not a fan of this move. But from a gamer consumer standpoint, this really doesn't affect me. They do a lot of sports games. I don't play any of the sports games. They do some other games, but honestly, the main games that come off the top of my head are Dead Space and Haze Lights stuff. Uh, the ones that will really affect even Bethesda didn't really affect me because I mean I love Doom, but Doom came out multi-platform and that's what I was worried about. Uh, The ones that will really get me if they ever happen, right? We're talking like the Square Enixes, the Capcoms, the uh dude, if PlayStation, like that's the main one, if PlayStation. But here's the thing, Bob. Here's what I've been doing. I've been fucking stocking up games, and I have a line of them, okay, from all the way back to PS1. And you know what? When 10 to 15 years passes since the last time you played a game, it kind of becomes a new game you've played. So if the gaming industry goes to shit and we don't get any good games, I got a fucking backlog that'll last me the rest of my lifetime. Honestly, even games I've played before and games I want to play again, so be it. So that's the consumer gamer side. From a business side, this is terrible news for the industry. I don't I hope there's not a negative aftermath, but I can't see there not being a negative aftermath. And I don't like this practice at all, and I don't like to see it. And yeah, I really hope everyone keeps their jobs. So just yeah, EA, you got greedy, and now you had to be bought out. You sold out. So
Yep.
fucking sucks.
It sucks. I could you imagine being a kid nowadays? You have 40 fucking years of games, really
Mhm.
good seminal games
Mhm.
to wade through. So I'm good. You could stop making games, and I'd be sad because I'm not getting another Metal Gear Solid or whatever, right? But I would still be happy because I could go back and I could play Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 until the end of time.
Exactly,
um,
dude. Think of the people that are switching from Xboxes. There's going to be a lot of them going to PlayStation. How that backlog, even from like let's just say PS4, how many fucking titles they have to play that they've never played. Like
mhm.
there's so many games, and I mean we're already getting plenty of games every year. If EA tanks, whatever.
Yep.
It sucks that people lose jobs. It sucks that artists lose jobs. It really does. But you know what? The people in charge got greedy, and this happens. You sell out, and the thing that pisses me off is the people that made the decisions that tanked the company. They're just getting bought out, and they're just walking away with shitloads of money. And the developers and artists that poured their soul and heart and soul into these games that didn't make these decisions to tank this company are the ones that are getting punished and will probably lose their jobs, or I don't know what's going to happen. I wish for a positive outcome. I hope for the best, but time will tell.
Yeah. I agree. We'll see in the end zone there. Um, all right. Well, I'd like to take us out of this nosedive of sadness, man. If you
Yeah.
don't mind,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring us on to something else. We don't have to spend too
Please.
much time on this, but I wanted to bring this a highlight. Um, this one comes from through Game Informer again. Silent Hill F achieves 1 million copies sold in less than a week.
Okay.
This is coming from Silent Hill F, which was released on September 26th, achieved this milestone in 4 days.
Beautiful.
Um, it's currently sitting at I want to say an 87 right now. On Open Critic, it's an 86, I think, on Metacritic. Um, dude, could this is great news. If you are a fan of the Silent Hill series, this is amazing because if you may not be aware, Silent Hill, this is a resurgence. This is new form for them. It was kind of in the tanks as a IP, to be quite honest. There's no nice way to put it. And my only thing I got to complain about is I just don't know when the fuck I'm going to get around to playing this game.
Right. Yeah. That same here. But dude, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, it like this Silent Hill F, is this a Konami renaissance?
I,
Because
I
where
wonder
the
the same
fuck is
thing.
my where the fuck is my Castlevania, Konami? Give me Castlevania. But dude, these are dormant IPs that we have been waiting for a long time for Konami to do something with. They finally are. I'm glad they're succeeding, and I hope this lights a fire under their ass and makes them realize, oh, we have some good IPs and we can make some good money and give fans what they want. I'm thrilled that Silent Hill F is doing well. Did you hear our other Silent Hill news recently? Because
Oh, yes, yes,
Bloober,
yes, yes.
Bloober team, the team that that made the Silent Hill franchise, Silent Hill 2 remake, has announced they are in production on the Silent Hill 1 remake. So that was a success. They got greenlit on Silent Hill 1 remake. Silent Hill F, I can't wait to play it. I've heard crazy and good things. I'm going to play Chronos first, and I'm going to put Little Nightmares in between to try and limit the genre fatigue. But yeah, it's all my spooky games for October. And that's why I want to finish Borderlands for sure, so I can get into Chronos after I finish Silk Song. And maybe Shinobi. I don't fucking know.
I feel you, man. No, that Silent Hill 1 news, we just heard about that very
Yep.
recently. I think today. It may
Today.
have been yesterday, but I'm excited for that as well, dude. You know what else I'm excited for? And I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on this, because I don't know if you saw this one, man.
So
Okay. This one comes from Video Games Chronicle. Former Telltale Games boss has launched a new studio to work on, wait for it, a Peter Pan game.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, this is being reported through Video Games Chronicle via GamesIndustry.biz. Tom Stone, who was part of the Telltale Games team and created that, he left back in, I want to say, 2020, and then founded a new studio and project, and they are working. Has been confirmed. They are working on a game based on the IP for Peter Pan itself.
Right, and Disney doesn't own that IP. They Disneyfied Peter Pan. So if it's
Uh-huh.
child's Peter Pan, not interested. Now, if they go dark Peter Pan, which Peter Pan is a dark story, just like Pinocchio is a very dark story, and they did all of the fantasy stuff with Wolf Among Us, like the bedtime tales, and they made that very dark. If it's a dark Peter Pan, count me the fuck in.
All right, yeah. See, I figured you'd be on the same page too. Do you imagine a dark Peter like they did,
Yeah.
like what was done recently with Liza P? Doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
be a Souls like, but it has to be dark and gritty and more to the true
Right.
origins.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
be all over this shit, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, it'll definitely be a adventure game, choose your own adventure game for sure. That's what they're good at. That's probably what they'll stick with.
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. It's not being done by Telltale himself. It's just being done by the former boss. So I'm kind of curious: is he going
Oh,
to
okay.
stretch? Is he going to stretch his wings? Um,
Gotcha.
because
That's another fucking Liza P DLC I gotta play. Shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Shit. By the way, sorry, folks. I'm looking to see what was the name of that studio. Um, founded, and here it is. This is why I thought it was great. The name of the studio he founded, Second Star Games.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, a little Peter Pan reference for you folks. No, definitely go check it out. Well, I'm keeping a. How did Emperor Palpatine put it? We're putting a watchful eye on you.
Watchful eye. Yes.
I don't remember. All right. Well, I got one last thing for you before we talk about we'll get into the Xbox stuff.
Yeah.
This, yeah, this just launched today as of we're recording. This has been, I had to go digging for this because I heard, I saw articles about it, but nobody could pinpoint. They just said it was announced, but then nobody kind of gave me the link to the announcement. So I had to go digging, and I ended up actually on Ubisoft's website for this. Ubisoft launches its new subsidiary, Vantage Studios. So for those, for if you may not remember, folks, Ubisoft announced that it was splitting off into two separate companies, if you will. One was going to be backed by Tencent, and the other one is, we don't know what's still going on with that. This is referring to the Tencent backed side of the studio. Following recent announcements from Ubisoft's new subsidiary and its two co-CEOs, the company today announced the launch of Vantage Studios, the newly created quote creative houses unquote, now responsible for some of Ubisoft's largest franchises: Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. led by Charlie Guillemot and Christophe Drenes. Vantage Studios will take on development and expansion of these brands, building on the foundation of Ubisoft's experience and expertise, sharing services and technical resources, all while giving developers more hands-on control over the games they're building. There's more to this, but this just came off the presses today. I don't know, man. Me and Ubisoft kind of I've got thoughts about this because you're talking about these three big three, but then I don't get to see anything from Rayman or a few other IPs. Um, I don't know how you're feeling about this one.
The main IP I care about for Ubisoft, of course, is Assassin's Creed. I'm very excited for the Assassin's Creed Hexe, codename Hexe game, which is apparently supposed to be Assassin's Creed during the Salem witch trials, and you're like a witch assassin. I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, Ubisoft. I can't like Assassin's Creed mainly, and if they have to do this to get away from Tencent, I'm all for it. Cool, do it.
I could see that. This is that's. I mean, it's interesting. Like you said, this is
It's
the
the dude.
10 cent.
It's these big publishers. They're fracturing and they're failing and they're trying to salvage stuff. Because I mean, Ubisoft kind of got greedy too, and they put microtransactions in all their games. They hit it a little better than EA. Like I played some of the Assassin's Creed games that incorporated this, and they were pretty much in the background, but they were laden with microtransactions and pay to win stuff and a bunch of cosmetics that they sold. But yeah, like their games aren't selling, and people. I mean, Shadows did not do very well, and I heard the recent DLC was not good. I still haven't even played it because I was kind of fresh off the heels of Valhalla, so need a little break from Assassin's Creed. I own it. I want to play it. When the fuck am I going to play it? Like, and I'm going to play Yote before I play Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's a female protagonist on a revenge story across feudal Japan. Like, which one is it, Ghost or Assassin's Creed Shadows? Uh so yeah, I'll play Ghost for sure first. But yeah, this is cool. Spin it off. Get away from Tencent. Vantage Studios. I like that name.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was a good name. I see. Yeah, and I'm a Far Cry guy myself, but I love the open world side of the house. So I'm curious. We'll see how it goes. Just please don't forget about Rayman. That's all I ask.
Yes, dude. Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends were phenomenal. Great games. Side scroll 2D platformers. I loved them. I have never played a Far Cry game though. So
Hmm. Oh, all right. Well, when they stop making video games for 10 years, definitely go check out Far Cry.
right, right.
uh,
I just
Prime,
remembered another series EA had too that I would be bummed that to the Jedi series, Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi.
but that was EA Originals, wasn't it?
No, that was published by EA. So there's a third one in the works, and I hope we fucking get it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
yep. Because we
I
had
re-
Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, and then like if you've played them, it's a cliffhanger. So
You're
yeah, from
right. It
EA.
was
Yeah.
it was published through EA, but it was
hmm
developed by Respawn.
Yeah, yeah, but published
Shit.
through EA. So, oof, God, I hope they hold that together and we get the third one for sure. Because second one ended on a cliffhanger. Anyway, back to Ubisoft though. What other IPs does Ubisoft have off the top of my head? But you said these three were going to Vantage, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and what was the other one?
Rainbow Six.
Yeah, yeah. I've never played Rainbow Six or Far Cry, so the only thing I care about would be Assassin's Creed for sure.
Yeah, I mean they do technically have one that I actually so Prince of Persia. Don't forget about that bad boy.
Oh
Because
yeah,
apparently
Prince of Persia
apparently
for sure.
EA did. Um, I'm
Yeah.
joking. They also have Watch Dogs.
Eh, I played a quarter of the first one and didn't even play the second one.
Yeah, and then
Cool concept,
unfortunately,
just not executed well.
yeah, absolutely. And then of course, unfortunately, I mean, there's more to them, folks. But I hate to say it because they forgot about it, and so did everybody else. They technically own the Heroes of Might and Magic series.
Yeah, but Ubisoft did a Prince of Persia game too. They just did a really good Metroidvania, Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown.
Yeah, but my question is now that Prince of Persia is going to this team that's getting offloaded by all of the debt and not backed by Tencent, will we ever get the Sands of Time remake? Is my
Well,
question.
I mean, hopefully it's good news, and hopefully they can drill down and focus on these games rather than being have Tencent's thumb pushed on them. More profits. You know, because public publishers that are publicly traded, like they usually say, we want more profit for the shareholders. It's just business, you know, whatever. So I don't know. I forgot about this one. Big IP, really. I'm a huge fan of for Ubisoft. Skull and Bones. Forgot about that one.
Oh yeah, the I forgot. I haven't played it, but
Quadruple A game.
quite, I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna
No.
do that.
Um. Yeah. No. If give us Black Flag remake, please. That we've heard rumors on that, but yeah, I don't know. I hope this is good news, and I hope it helps these IPs, but it probably won't. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows, man. All right, well, I don't have anything else to say about Ubisoft other than please bring back some of the more niche stuff.
Oh yeah.
Shall we get into the last tail end of this, and we can? I don't really like ending on bad news, but
Eh.
well, I don't want to say bad news, but just downer stuff, right? Um, I guess we could. You want?
Talk about greedy publishers that are reaping what they sow. Oh,
Yeah. I guess we could start with the let's start with the console stuff since you just broke that to me today. I didn't realize this. This broke
yes.
shortly after we started recorded last week. Um, this is I found this one from Insider Gaming, who reported it via Windows Central. um, they noted that YouTuber Dustin Legary posted he reached out to his local Costco about the Xbox consoles, and he was told, and this is being now propagated because other people started asking around, that quote Costco, we don't have any plans going forward to carry an Xbox console, end quote. Um, this is huge, man. Right after, and this comes off the heels of Xbox increasing the prices of its console
Mhm.
again. I mean, this broke right what not even 2 days after they announced Xbox price increases that are happening here. Um,
Yeah, so what I think is it was
take it away.
already yeah, yeah. Costco is very intentional. They're the third largest retail and check my math on this, third largest retailer in the US, I believe, and they're very intentional with what they sell. And if the margins aren't there, they're going to get rid of it. They were probably it was already on the chopping block, and they're like, these consoles aren't really selling, so should we pull them off the shelves? And then Xbox is like, we're raising the price, and Costco's like, well, they're fucking definitely coming off the shelves now because no one's already buying them. You just rose the price on a product that no one's buying, so this is indicative of people aren't buying your fucking consoles, and you just rose the price. Like, no. Costco said, no, our profit margins are too low on this, and we're not interested. They're not selling. People aren't buying them. This is a bad sign, folks. A very bad sign. When your third largest retailer pulls your product off the shelf, that is bigger news than you can imagine.
Yeah, no, you're right, and you are correct. They are the third largest U.S. retailer. Costco is that is
Mhm.
to clarify. This speaks volumes, because, like you said, when if a product doesn't sell, the company, if you go, so for let me back up. If I want to sell Bob's, I don't know, Bob's peanut butter, you have to find somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh, you have to find somebody who's willing to help sell that. Because if not, you have to find your own online marketplace. We see that with individual creators doing their own thing, right? But if you're a big company, you have to find somebody who's going to be able to do that. If somebody cuts out underneath you and they say, look, we're ending this relationship effectively, is what they're saying. And I don't know what those talks look like at that C level. I'd love to be on a fly on the wall, but
Oh,
that's
me too.
aside. um if they come back underneath, now you got to ask yourself, well, how do you sell these? Do you sell them directly through your own store, but then okay, who's doing the delivery, who's handling all of the warehouse features or warehousing, and keeping track of your inventory. All of that comes into question because there's a lot more behind the business, but everything from tracking of inventory to delivery to dealing with the sales tax, all of that. And if you can offload that to another person and just say, hey, we'll give you a markup, awesome. But if they count from underneath you, because let's be honest, Costco has, just like any other big box warehouse, whether that's Sam's Club, Walmart, Target, you go there, what's in that section is very limited resource. Who eats up that space? And I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. This is probably I hate to say it. I don't mean to be so down, but this might be the first signs of the death of the console itself, within the physical storefronts.
The first sign.
All right. Look, look, look. You can always come out the drain. There's always that one like that. Oh shit! No, this is really is. Like you always speculate, right?
Yeah.
This is that moment for me that says no. This really it might be like the true ending and the surrender, despite what we're seeing with the ROG Ally.
Yeah. I gotta say, I saw this coming in 2013 when they announced the Xbox One. I saw the ship with holes in it, and when everyone was like, "Oh yeah, they'll be fine," I was like, "Nope, I'm out of the 360, and my primary console is going to be PlayStation again." I've always had PlayStation, but I made it my primary console, and PS4 is my favorite PlayStation console of all time. And they brought all the new IPs, and I mean, we'll go into that. Maybe that's a topic for a show. Favorite console of all time, maybe. But yeah, this is a huge sign that they are in big trouble. And what? So when this happened and they rose the prices on the consoles, and then Xbox took them off their shelves, and then they announced the prices for the ROG Ally, which are crazy. What'd they do? They just piled on the shit, didn't they?
Yeah.
And our next announcement, they're ace in the hole for this entire thing. The thing that set them apart from everyone else. Their their crown jewel, Game Pass. They're raising the price 50% across all tiers.
No,
Like,
no, no.
no,
Just
okay,
just
50% on
ultimate.
the
Just
main
ultimate.
tier. They're raising the price across all tiers, 50% on the main tier.
It's actually just ultimate. So everybody else is staying the same.
You sure? Okay. We'll
Positive.
fact check that. Okay. They're raising the price on Game Pass. And so they're like, we're sinking, help. And they take a bucket and they put it in the ocean, and then they dump it in the boat. And they're like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. Not only are they raising the prices, how much are they raising them by, Matt?
50%. From
Yeah.
$15 to $30. $360 a year.
Um. Yeah. Look, folks. I don't want to. This is ridiculous. This is exactly the kind of thing that causes people to abandon ship. This is, if you look at the streaming services with TV movies, this is what's caused the rise of the seven C's. Um, I'm not here for your morals. I'm just telling you what the facts. Now I do know they announced there are more games that are going to be included every month with this service, and
Oh, you're getting that Fortnite pass or whatever.
yes, that includes a Fortnite pass for those that actually do care. But look, $30 a month.
That's steep, dude.
That is that's pretty. I knew this was coming. I just never wanted to say it for years because Game Pass was such a good offer. But the numbers have not they're not being transparent with the numbers. So that tells me that they're stagnant and plateauing. And if you're not growing, you're gonna have to raise prices to squeeze more out of what you do have. Particularly when you spend 77, would you say $770 billion or some shit on
77 billion, I believe,
yeah,
on
uh,
Activision Blizzard.
on Activision Blizzard. Uh, oh
Yeah.
shit! Sorry, ADHD, folks. I just read. I just now caught this. Game Pass Ultimate includes also in-game benefits, including for Riot Games. Which, if anybody that doesn't know, Riot Games is the maker of League of Legends. So not only do you have one live service game in Fortnite, you have a second one in League, coming at you with this game tier. I guess maybe if that's your thing.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of Game Pass. I've never been a fan of the subscription models in general. I don't like the direction we're going across the entertainment industry. The subscription model is deceiving and predatory. It, I mean, so $30. Let's be on. I mean, there's still that is still a deal with what you're getting, right? But Xbox has trained their users to basically give all these games for super cheap, and now they're raising prices. Like, you've already trained your users to say, oh yeah, this is kind of like the value menu of games. You get all these games for only $15 a month or $10 a month, because they raised them again like this year, early in the year, I think. And now they're like, well, no, I mean, you have been getting a deal, but now we need to kind of get closer to the actual value of this product, because you get Silksong with Game Pass. You get like full ass games. You're going to get Call of Duty or whatever, but the Call of Duty is going to be laden with microtransactions anyway, and seasons and all kinds of bullshit. So I still, as a consumer that sees value in the games on Game Pass, I still think it's a value, but I hate the subscription model. I would much rather buy my games and own them. Like, by the way, you don't own shit when you're on a subscription model. You subscribe to Netflix, you subscribe to Game Pass, you subscribe to even PS Plus, right? You don't own shit. You are borrowing the license, and the moment you stop paying or your contract ends, you don't have access to that game anymore. You don't own shit.
You know, I want to kind of jump off of that.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw this, uh, and I bring this up just because it made me laugh. Uh, when you fall, somebody else rises, and it's typically
Mhm.
your I don't want to say your enemies, but your competition. GameStop
Dude.
has been eating this one alive
Mhm.
on social media. You can go look. So, like one, this one got me cracked up because I'm not here to to be the owner of truth here. I'm here as entertainment and to entertain you folks. They posted today Game Pass $29.99 every month. Own nothing. GameStop buy once, own forever. Math isn't that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
With GameStop,
You're
somebody who could literally just die at any moment if they wanted, or if the video game developers wanted to, is ripping on you. You know you done fucked up, son.
Uh-huh. Yeah, GameStop is already hurting themselves, and they are capitalizing on this moment. The marketing team at GameStop has been on point. I've been reading a lot of what they're saying, and they've been digging on Microsoft bad. But I've always been a proponent of owning things, of ownership, of having even a tangible item to show what you've purchased. And I feel like the subscription model has kind of devalued products, and it's kind of put a veil in between the creation of the art, right? So, if, like, when you play a game, you got to understand, if you just download it for free, in quotation marks, part of your subscription service, and people just think of that as free. They're like, oh yeah, I get this for free. No, you don't. It's part of your subscription service. You are paying for it, and you aren't owning it. You don't own anything, and it's not free. You are paying for it. But they download this app, they play it, they're like, yeah, this game sucks. But, like, I'm talking, like, sometimes these games are Doom the Dark Ages, or a big AAA game that they just see that little key art and they're like, oh, this game sounds fun. Download it, and the value just plummets. People don't understand that it took, 5 years. A team of sometimes 300 people created this art, and, like, I don't know. We'll just have Ghost Yote, for example. I'm getting Ghost Yote tomorrow. I'm getting the physical version. I understand that Sucker Punch took 5 to 7 years to make this game. And when I get the game, I'm going to get it, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to open it, and then when I play it, I'm going to see all the little things and I'm going to be like, "Oh, that developer made that." And, "Oh, I wonder what the development process was behind that." And I see kind of behind the veil of the art, and I understand the artistic process and the journey that went into making this final product, right? And I guess the tangible thing when I hold it in my hands, it's like, "Oh, nice! I own this. This is ownership. I have this game. I have to take time to take the fucking disc out and put it in the disc drive and install the game." And it's like these subscription models. It's just like shoving all this. It's usually good content, or it might be bad content, or it's good content mixed in with bad content. And when I say bad, just like, I don't know, not great games, right? But they're just shoving it all at once. And it's people are like quantity over quality. Like the more is better. And no, it's not. I'd rather have a great experience that might cost $70, right? But I know it's a premium experience and I understand the value behind it. I think subscription models, including Game Pass specifically, devalues content. And when it comes to games, it devalues the art. And I
Yeah.
fucking hate it. I fucking hate subscription models. And I'm part of PSN. The only reason I have premium is because I got grandfathered in, and I stacked 10 years of PS Plus when I was getting like the codes off CD keys for like $25 a year legally, and I
Yeah.
stacked 10 years, and then they rose the price of premium, and I got an email one day that said, "Hey, do you want to upgrade to premium for 10 years for $160?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." That's a error on your part. But I would probably, I don't know, I'd probably do the base uh, essentials or whatever for PlayStation. I just don't like subscription models, and the fact that they're raising the price and people are not going to take well to this. Like, I think there's a site that's like canceling Game Pass, and that thing's been flooded. So that's my
Yeah.
rant.
No, no, you're right, and more specifically, that's through the Xbox website that you do that through, because it's linked with like you can go into Microsoft and then go to your Xbox account. I'm not going to get into the technical nuances, but you're right.
Hmm.
There were problems with that. Um, I do want to touch base. So I pay for the PlayStation Ultimate every month. Like you can save if you do it once a year, but I just do it once a month. Here's the catch. I do. That's my only service that I subscribe to.
Hmm.
Um, because I hedge my bets. I like Nintendo. I think Nintendo is coming finally coming around with their platform, their library of backhaul games. I just don't think it scales as well if you stack it up to what Sony provides, or rather specifically PlayStation, should I say? Um, at the end of the day, I like what that's provided. The classics catalog that's included, the game a month that you can get to, and it downloads. And that's where you as a consumer and an individual have to decide where your value is driven. Because if you like Fortnite and you play League of Legends, which if you link your Game Pass with League with Riot, you get all of the champions, which takes a long time, and saves you a lot of money in the long run. So there is value there, but you have to decide if that's the type of gamer you are. Because I think about, and I don't know if you saw the report where Xbox gamers, and I say this very loosely, Xbox players, should I say, play more games than PlayStation players, but they play
Hmm.
less hours.
Right.
So their breadth is across the board. So if that is something you're into, cool. Just keep in mind that this is going to continue to happen. I foresee this ending up being a continuous rise because if Ultimate went up to 30, there's going to be more to come. There will come along, um, and then I begin to wonder who's going to be the victors. I think Steam might actually see some more out of this because Steam is the one platform out there that still doesn't do this crap, at least from my understanding. And based on what I do, because I buy a Steam game, I pay for it. I wishlist it, I pay for it. I don't pay for
Yeah,
a subscription. Um,
that's true.
but
And there's rumors Steam is coming to Xbox, so
yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see. We'll see
Bold
what happens.
strategy.
Yeah, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it's been fun to watch this. Like you said, with GameStop just kind of being like, hey, they even announced that they're still selling their Game Pass Ultimate
Yeah.
subscriptions for $20.
Uh-huh.
The 1 month gift cards. They're like, hey, you can still buy them for $20 through us. Uh,
Yeah.
but
What
I
shade, man? That's crazy. Yeah, and to be clear, and to piggyback off of my rant, right? You do you. You do what works for you. You do what works for your financial situation. Game Pass is still an incredible value. There's a lot of games there. If you don't want to own anything and you want to rent and you want to dabble, you do you. I just don't do that myself. I like owning my shit. I'm a big fan of. I'm a big promoter of ownership. But hey, you do whatever works for you. Just keep value in the product you're playing and always remember the work and the people and the lives that were included in this piece of art. Even if you're trying it out for 5 minutes, just know a lot of people worked on this. They poured their heart and soul into it, and it's a incredible piece of art. Usually, some games, I mean, legitimately suck, but hey, everything's subjective, and this is all art, so it's subjective. Uh, to give you an idea, Game Pass is now $360 a year, right? Check my math. Uh,
No,
it,
that's
u-
correct.
it used to be $180 a year. PS Plus Premium is $160 a year. That
Yeah.
is significant. It's like 60% more than PS Plus Premium. Of course, I mean, Game Pass does offer more games. Are they better games? I don't know. You be the judge of that. PS Plus Premium has all the PS1 classics, PS2 classics. They have PS3 games. They have a ton of PS4 games. There are new games that came out. We just got Sword of the Sea. We've gotten Stray. We've gotten all kinds of like new games come out. So there's value in that too. You're not owning any of them, so you be the judge. Uh, yeah, that is a significant difference.
It,
So
it, it is, man.
bad move,
I wish
Microsoft. Bad move.
it's a bold strategy there, Cotton. We'll see. We'll see if it pays off.
Right. They
Um,
were forced. They were forced to do this because they're losing Game Pass subscribers and they're like, we got to salvage this somehow. They are sinking. I would not be the least bit surprised if in the next 3 years they go the Sega route and they stop making consoles and they become a third party publisher for other consoles. So, I mean,
mm,
dude, we're already seeing day one Xbox uh, owned studios release games day one, doing the Dark
yeah.
Ages.
Yep. And I want to be want to include on this. Keep in mind, vote with your wallet. And what I
Exactly.
mean by this is you can still play Xbox games through Xbox and you don't have to pay for their subscription. And people will come out. I hope Microsoft, specifically Xbox, but Microsoft takes note because uh, remember, Helldivers 2 sold more on Xbox's platform than it did on PlayStation's platform. And it originally started on PlayStation and on the PC. Go out there, vote with your wallet, buy your games, don't subscribe to it if you really are opposed to it. I know I am for the most part. I know you are as well. Vote with your wallet because that's how you're going to send this message. I'm just really sad, and it's kind of the end of an era because you and I both grew up with the 360. I
Yeah.
love that era. Um, they were so innovative. They brought so much to the table, and now you can buy a ROG Ally X for $1,000 if you got that laying around.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I had a friend cancel his because he was like, well, I was going to use this for Game Pass, but not anymore. And he canceled his ROG uh, Ally. So,
Uh,
yeah, $1,000 for the premium one or
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, that's incredibly said. Vote with your wallets. That's why these other publishers are hurting because we stopped buying their games because we said no to all these microtransactions and all these loot boxes, and now they're hurting. So I mean, you do have some power with your wallet, and your money. You're voting when you buy something. You're voting for that to succeed, right? As well as wanting to enjoy it, right? I bought Assassin's Creed Shadows on launch because I want to see the Assassin's Creed IP succeed, but I didn't necessarily play it. And if you're in a financial situation where you can't do that, totally understand. Uh, I'm just in a different financial situation, and I'm grateful for that, and I can do that, and I really do vote with my wallet for IPs I want to succeed. So yeah. um yeah, dark day for gaming, man. Competition is always good for the consumer, and Nintendo doesn't really compete with PlayStation, and if Xbox is off the board, uh PlayStation is already not making the best moves, and they've been hurting. And if they get cocky again, like they did in the PS3 era, oh, it's not going to look good for PlayStation either. But I'm because they had a big old games as a service initiative that blew up in their face, and they actually released a game that they pulled off the shelves that's never been done or rarely been done. The Concord incident, we like to call it. So we haven't seen anything from Fair Games. We haven't really. Marathon is hurting, and will probably be dead on arrival. The Last of Us factions got canceled. There are creative leads leaving. It's really unfortunately it is some bad news, and we're reporting on it, and we hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're just kind of uh, conduits for what's happening in the gaming industry. And even though we have incredible games that are getting amazing scores, like that's the key, right? Like we are getting amazing games, and there are a lot of them, but the industry as a whole is hurting, and there's been layoffs after layoffs, and all these companies being bought up by foreign entities, and Xbox just shit in the bed. Honestly, maybe that's what I'll call this episode. Xbox shit the bed.
Oh,
Yeah. I hope it turns around, but yeah, the tariffs and the inflation, it's not helping. Um, I just don't know. And then yeah, man, I forget who it was, but one of the big game companies, I think it was EA, one of their subsidiaries said, we got to save money, so we're going to start just doing a bunch of AI stuff and not use developers and not use artists and just have AI do everything. That's dark day, man. I don't like seeing art go this way. So yeah. And I heard an actress in Hollywood, an AI actress, she doesn't fucking exist, is getting signed and is going to be in movies. What the
it's a
fuck is going on, dude? Like, shit. And hey, man, when there's positive news, we'll report on it, and we'll give you positive outlook, because we usually play really good games, and we'll have some positive stuff on here. But unfortunately, it was a dark week for gaming, and
yeah.
we're hurting just like all of you are. So yeah,
I
I don't, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what would help make this a little bit better?
Beer and Borderlands 4.
You damn right, son.
And that's what we're about to do. So yeah, we're gonna hop off here, play some Borderlands 4, stream it for you all, drink some beer. Uh, I hope you had fun with us. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, just always keep that conversation going, even if it's negative stuff. Let's come together and talk about the negative stuff and the positive stuff. Just as long as we are a community and we're coping together. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for listening.
Peace.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado, by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.